Hi, welcome back to our Culture Hacker series of videos. Today, let's talk sexual harassment. Now, there's been a lot of commentary in the news recently about sexual harassment, whether you're looking at Hollywood, the White House, or up there in the Silicon Valley. It seems everyone's talking about sexual harassment in the workplace. And the reality is that we've got to reconsider how we're approaching it, because it seems that every company needs to look at itself and say, how is it creating a safe work environment today? The one thing that I'll tell you that's most interesting is you look at the responses, whether those that have been accused or the companies, is that they seem to all fall back onto the same excuse. Well, we have a training program, we have a non-tolerance policy, but companies have to wake up. The reality is that these training programs, the 1-hour diversity module, just doesn't work. In fact, they've been proven to be largely ineffective. Take it even further with that handbook, that bullet point that says that you won't tolerate sexual harassment or an unsafe work environment. The reality is research suggests that more than 50% of all employees have never even looked at it. So we've got to change that strategy. And the change has to come at the top. If we're going to change our culture and make it a safer work environment, then those that run the organization need to look at themselves first. Now remember, culture is about the collective mindset and attitude of your employees. So you have to understand that manifests itself in their behaviors, their actions, their words, etc. And while many things influence how they feel about coming to work each day and who they do it for, the reality is that the manager, their boss, has the single biggest impact. You see, when sexual harassment is prevalent, and that is the mindset of your culture and in your workplace, you got to start looking at the people at the top. They've allowed this sort of culture to happen. And you see, this is my point. Until those at the top of our companies stop their stupid, outdated man-men mentality that treat women, or quite honestly anyone that is different from orientation and background, as second-class citizens, this thing isn't going away. It's no longer good enough to answer the question, what do women want, with that Roger Sterling, that's from Mad Men, type response, who cares? Those at the top need to start caring. And you see, that's where I think the real problem lies. It's not maybe that they don't care, but the reality is they think that culture is the responsibility of other people. They think that change is for everyone but them. And they often, when it comes to harassment and safe work policies, they just farm it off to their HR team. You see, the reality is that those at the top need to start taking responsibility. Culture is the responsibility of every owner, every executive, and every manager. And until those at the top, those people, start treating people with more respect, start really focusing on and creating a safe work environment themselves, then this topic is never going away. Thanks very much for listening. We'll see you next week. Cheers.